What makes it so difficult in comparing the candidates for president is that you have no idea which Democrat is going to show up. Harris, who has clearly favored open borders and a path to citizenship, is now showing ads and promoting a border wall. Even CNN and Axios have called her out on that extraordinary hypocrisy. And this is precisely why we are concerned about the possibility of President Harris regarding security. The risks are simply too great to waffle on that. Let's use the Afghanistan withdrawal as case study. We know that President Biden warned against a rapid withdrawal as senator, but then did it as president. In 2007, then Senator Biden, running for president, admitted that to properly withdraw from Afghanistan would take a year unless you left all the equipment behind. Then it would take 6 months and those weapons would be used against us. Despite knowing this, for more than a decade, Biden still had a total security failure, according to his own generals. And it was his lack of preparation and planning. Quoting PBS, the top 2 U.S. generals who oversaw the evacuation of Afghanistan as it fell to the Taliban in August 2021 blamed the Biden administration for the chaotic departure, telling lawmakers Tuesday that it inadequately planned for the evacuation and didn't order it in time. And just as Biden warned, the weapons we left behind will be used against America. Foreignpolicy.com quoted, "The Taliban are now arms dealers. Terrorists are shopping their left-behind American weapons and turning them against Washington's friends around the world." Our chaotic withdrawal cost the lives of Americans, left behind billions of dollars in equipment, and demoralized the military. At present, morale has fallen every year since Trump left office, with 6 in 10 members of the armed forces now describing their morale as low. Under Harris, experts suggest we would have to reinstate the draft and that she would insist on drafting women to combat positions to make up for the lost personnel. And yet, despite a dwindling military, the Biden-Harris team seems intent on being active and adventurous in wars abroad. Many experts believe we are on the cusp of World War III, if not there already. There's the risk of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan, a war in the Middle East, and of course, Ukraine. We know that the Biden-Harris team has been fighting a proxy war in Ukraine against Russia. Harris has been an open advocate, although she might deny it tomorrow, of course, and the cost is measured in hundreds of billions of dollars. Cato estimated $240 billion just through this past April. By contrast, the Trump administration was the first American administration since Reagan that didn't start a new war, and he did rebuild the military and morale. He did have a strong track record, and he did not surrender sovereignty to international organizations. By contrast, Harris would absolutely kowtow to the UN, the WHO, and other globalist groups. Beyond globalism, Harris has shown much greater sympathy toward the Hamas side in regard to Israel than Trump or even Biden. She's tried to thread the needle, but clearly worries our best Middle Eastern ally, Israel. That is purposeful, as she's playing to her base. It's also worrisome. The final national security issue deals with a slipped release recently of officials within the current administration who want to, how shall I say it? They want to queer the nuclear arsenal. I know, that sounds like a Babylon Bee headline, but it's a real thing. Quoting Newsweek from August 22nd of this year, a nuclear policy expert appointed to the Department of Energy under the Biden administration in February 2024 previously co-authored an article entitled "Queering Nuclear Weapons," which argued queer theory should be used to inform American nuclear policy. This guy works as a special assistant of the National Nuclear Security Administration, the agency responsible for maintaining the safety and security of America's extensive arsenal of nuclear weapons. Now, we've absolutely seen the queering of the military with Marines wearing heels and dresses. It's so bad that if they made a remake of the comedy MASH today, they'd make Corporal Klinger a general because he wore a dress and, he'd be running everything. But how do you queer a nuclear arsenal? The answer, published in the Bureau of Atomic Scientists, is to let LGBTQ plus people be in charge. In other words, abandon traditional Judeo-Christian values that are not inclusive.